2, 3, 4.
So, Lock is the last achievement in your musical career. What did you take with you on this project from your previous experiences?
We've both been in a couple of different bands, even when I was living up in Derbyshire, where we grew up. Our older sister, Amy, was in a band, and we used to go down and visit her and watch her, and it was kind of like one of those things that we, even though we were all studying classical music, we kind of knew that that was what we wanted to do too.
Yeah.
So
the last band we were in, the Langley Sisters, you know, we loved that. We recorded an album, we did an EP that we brought out on vinyl, and we loved it, and toured with some awesome people, but I think you know, our music tastes changed or evolved, and yeah, and that's where Lock came from. I think we just decided to.
Yeah, the sound style is very different from the sisters, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It couldn't be further from it. Really.
I think our music tastes changed.
Yeah.
Possibly quite slowly, and it just kind of
It's evolved into this. Yeah.
So where do you think the kind of sound that got you into Lock came from, since it was so different?
Yeah. I think I've always been really interested in, well, I love like 80s films, and this sort of music we've been listening to, especially I've been listening to, is like Kavinsky. I love the production of M83, so that's sort of seeped into our music quite a bit.
Yeah, I think that's how it started, isn't it?
Yeah, and also working with producers and collaborating, co-writing with them, the style and the sound has sort of evolved as well. The people that we've been working with, Ed Harcourt, Knox Brown, there's a couple of people in America as well, so it's organically evolved into the sound of Lock.
And actually, talking about the sound, the songwriting process, how do you approach that? Is it more of a storytelling, or are you talking about personal experiences?
I think, I mean, Gita does most of the writing, and I think we've kind of gone on a almost like film cinematic vibes.
Yeah. You know? I mean, I think there's elements of myself or people I know that come into the songs, but there's also a fantasy element too, and I like the storytelling of it as well. Yeah, it could lend itself very well to a movie soundtrack, hopefully.
Oh, that's interesting. So do you reckon that the quote by Oscar Wilde saying, give a man a mask and he will tell you the truth, is sort of fitting for the kind of stuff that you're writing?
I think so. There's definitely elements of that ring true, definitely.
On another side, do you find in your experience that the music industry has been male-dominated on the artistic side? And if it's so, what were the challenges you had to overcome to develop a female-driven band?
I'd say yeah, it is mostly male-dominated right now, but it's changing rapidly, and it's not really affecting us at all because you know we're girls, obviously. We've got an amazing girl drummer, Holly, who's just
we've got a female manager, so we're surrounded by pretty cool females. She's just won the Rising Star Award in the industry, so it's been great to work with her. But yeah, I don't think it's an issue at all. I think it shouldn't be. It's just, we're just making music. We want to make an amazing album and put stuff out.
From the sound of it, you're going that direction. Absolutely.
Thanks.
So one thing that I was trying to understand to get to the bottom of the situation of the artistic side and everything, I'm trying to figure out what do you reckon about basically getting to a point where we have gender equality in artistic and the music industry as well, because from my experience being behind the scenes of music industry, that's sort of male dominated as well, and there are some roles that were sort of precluded to me because of that, which I never necessarily enjoyed. So I always thought in a sense of gender neutrality, so it doesn't matter who's doing what, regardless if it's a female or a male, the object of work, it's what matters.
Absolutely.
But also I've been wondering, well, male and female look at the world in very different ways, so might that be also a thing to consider, like to get to equality, get to enhance our personal experiences since they are so different, and just embracing that. So where do you reckon you stand between those two?
I agree with you. I think at the end of the day, like we said, it just shouldn't matter. I think females in every industry have come up against challenges. and
yeah, like we said, it's changing so much, like quite quickly right now, I think. So I think we're nearly there. You never know.
We're trying. We're definitely trying. And actually, on that sort of reverse of authority figure, you've been session musicians as well, and now you're the band that can have session musicians in. So how did you experience the transition between being the employee and the employer now, sort of?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've been really lucky to work with so many amazing people because we're session musicians. I've been touring with Kasabian.
We played with so many good people. We played with Lou Reed, Shane McGowan, we played with the Libertines, we played with a lot of people that we respect.
As session musicians that have inspired us to go on and write, you know?
Yeah.
So in that respect, it's given us the step up to do our own music. And I would hate to even think of the employing somebody. We've got, you know, like I said, we've got Holly, our drummer, who works with us and performs with us. So yeah, but it's nice to be in control and calling the shots, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's an amazing position to be in.
Yeah.
And sometimes rather unusual, which is amazing what you're doing.
Thank you.
So to wrap it all up, you think that in the equation of talent versus passions, should we do what we love or what we're good at then?
Well, love every time, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Do where your passions lie.
Absolutely. There's no point in being miserable, is there, if within your job or whatever you're doing. Just follow your passions, I would say.
Well, I expect that having a background as classical musicians, you know that the path to get there can be really hard and demanding.
Yeah, it's painful. many hours.
It can be, but now we're in luck, I think, because we are so passionate about it. It doesn't feel like work, so we just kind of enjoying it, and yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
I wanna wake up, forget the sadness. Champs-Élysées, you take my breath away. Fifth Avenue, streetlights adorn you. New York versus Paris. I wanna wake up and spin the atlas. Let's ride subway and nothing but sun. Atlantic blue.